Welcome to Legends and Lore. Here are the most horrifying mythical creatures to ever exist, or not exist, hopefully. Tonight, we're counting down 10 creatures from around the world, the kind people didn't write as fantasy, but as warnings. And I'm naming them all by one title, The Whispered 10. And quick one, if you don't want to be a victim, hit subscribe and like the video. It keeps the channel alive and active. Now, let's start from number 10 and descend into the worst one. Number 10, Qallupilluit, the thing beneath the ice. In Inuit legends, the Qallupilluit, also called Qallupilluit, lurks near Arctic shorelines and ice floes, and it's said to steal children who wander too close to the water. It's described as slimy, greenish, with webbed hands, sometimes wearing an Inuit Amati parka. That detail is creepy because it means it's not just an animal. It's almost imitating people. Real-world root. This myth likely worked like a safety system. Arctic ice is deadly, and one mistake is game over. Basically, ancient Inuit parenting was like,
Don't go near the ice,
or the
or
ocean
will adopt you.
and if you think that's scary, the next one doesn't live under ice. It waits where you least expect it. Number 9, Alp, Germany's nightmare rider. In German folklore, an Alp is a supernatural being linked to nightmares. It's said to sit on a sleeper's chest, crushing their breath and turning sleep into terror. The horrifying part? This myth lines up perfectly with what modern people call sleep paralysis. Waking up unable to move, feeling pressure, seeing shadowy figures. People from different continents describe the same experience. If you ever woke up and couldn't move, congratulations, you've been personally introduced to European folklore. But now let's go to Japan, where the next creature doesn't just haunt you in bed. It hunts you outside. Number 8, Teke, the train station nightmare. Teke is a Japanese urban legend about a vengeful spirit, often said to be a schoolgirl whose body was cut in half by a train. Now she crawls at night using her hands, making a teek scraping sound, and if she catches you, she does to you what happened to her. Why it's stuck? Japan's train culture is massive, and station accidents were a real fear. Legends grow where fear lives. So if you hear teek behind you, don't run. Because running means she knows you're athletic, and now you've made it competitive. But what if the monster doesn't chase you? What if it just waits for you to die? Number 7, Jikininki, the corpse eater. In Japanese lore tied to Buddhist ideas, Jikininki are described as corpse-eating spirits, cursed beings tied to greed and selfishness in life. Some stories describe a traveling monk discovering a creature devouring funeral offerings and the dead, then learning it was once a priest who lived selfishly. So the horror is moral. It's a warning that your choices follow you, even after death. Imagine dying and your punishment is you become a walking forbidden buffet. Madness. Now let's leave Japan and head into the jungle, where the next one uses beauty as bait. Number 6, La Patasola, the one-legged lure. In Colombian folklore, La Patasola appears as a beautiful woman to lure men deep into the wilderness, then reveals herself as a one-legged monster and attacks. This legend lives in places where forests and mountains can swallow people whole. Hunters disappear. Men get lost. A story like Patasola becomes the explanation and the warning. If she says, "Follow me," just remember, in horror, "follow me" always means you will not see home again. But the next one? The next one doesn't walk. It flies, and you'll never forget what it looks like. Number 5, Penanggalan, the floating head with organs. The Penanggalan in Malay folklore is described as a woman whose head detaches at night, flying with her organs trailing, hunting blood, especially around childbirth. Even the name connects to the idea of removing or taking off. This legend appears alongside similar beings across Southeast Asia. Different names, same nightmare concept. Why it terrifies? It's visual horror plus cultural fear around vulnerable moments at night. If you see a floating head outside your window, don't scream. Just politely close the curtain like it's a neighbor you don't want to greet. Now we go to Eastern Europe, where the next creature wasn't just feared, people treated it like a real medical problem. Number 4. Strzyga, the Slavic double-soul vampire. In Slavic mythology, especially Polish folklore, the Strzyga is described like a vampiric demon linked to ideas of people born with unusual traits like 2 souls or strange teeth. What makes this frightening is that it blends superstition with real conditions people didn't understand. In a village centuries ago, if someone died mysteriously, the fear didn't disappear, it looked for a face. Slavic monster lore heavily influences modern dark fantasy, especially Eastern European-style monster stories. And now, we travel to the Philippines, where the next one doesn't kill you directly. It destroys your direction until you can't escape. Number 3. Tikbalang, the forest trickster. The Tikbalang is a creature of Philippine folklore, often described as tall, humanoid, with a horse's head and hooves. It's known for messing with travelers, confusing paths, and leading people deeper into forests. And that fear is real. Jungle terrain can trap you. A Tikbalang is what you blame when you walk in circles and your phone has no signal. If your Google Maps says recalculating 5 times, just accept it. You're in Tikbalang territory. But now, we go to Mexico, where the next creature doesn't scare you with size. It scares you with what it takes. Number 2. Ahuizotl, the water dog that collects you. In Aztec mythology, the Ahuizotl is a creature said to lure people to death near water, described like a small dog with hands, including a hand on its tail used to grab victims. Some accounts connect it to real animals like the water opossum, but the legend went further, claiming it feasted on specific parts like eyes, nails, teeth. Why it survived? Lakes and water edges were dangerous. If someone drowned, people wanted a reason. The Ahuizotl became that reason. And now, number 1. This is the creature that doesn't just kill, it grows from the weapons meant to stop it. Number 1. Bulgasari, the iron-eating, impossible-to-kill beast. In Korean folklore, Bulgasari is a metal-eating creature, a composite beast that grows stronger by devouring weapons. The terrifying logic is simple. If you fight it with swords, it eats swords. If you attack with spears, it eats spears. So every attempt to stop it makes it worse. There are also film references connected to this legend, including Korean cinema about the monster. Imagine fighting a monster and your weapon becomes its dinner. That's not a battle, that's a restaurant. So here's the real question. If these creatures were just myths, why did so many cultures describe them like warnings, not bedtime stories? Comment which one disturbed you most. And if you want part 2 of the Whispered 10, you already know what to do.